Hey there, welcome to Kings and Technology. This is episode 2, Learn SQL. So we're going to execute some basic SQL statements. So the first thing that we want to do is to create a database. To do so, we use the command create database and then the name of the database. So I'm going to name mine company. So after you've done that, you click on this. This will execute just one line. When you use this, it executes all the lines that are on this space. So we have our database created successfully. We can confirm this using show databases. This basically will show you all the database that you have, and we have company over here, and I have many other databases. So the next step we need to do is to specify that we want to use the database that we have created, because as we have seen, we have many databases. So you do this using use and then the name of the database. Okay, and then you run, and you can see now we are using the company database. Now if I'm going to create a table, the table will be in the company database. So the syntax for creating a table is actually create table and then the name of the table. I'm going to create a table by the name department. You can name yours otherwise. After the name, you open the brackets, and now you need to specify the columns that will be in your table. So I have 3 columns, and each column you need to specify the data type. Okay, so I have 3 columns. The first column will be department number, and I want it to have characters that should not be more than 4, and then a comma so that I can specify the other column. And now we have the statement for creating a table, that it will create a table by the name department with column department number, 3 of them. So when I run this, my table will have been created successfully. I want us to create 2 tables, and then we will input the data. So create another table of your choice. So I have my table here, stuff. So I've created a second table successfully. So we can see a list of the tables that we have in the database company using the statement show tables. And as you can see, I have 2 tables, department and staff. The next step is to insert data into the tables that we have created. I have department and staff, and I want to start inserting data into the department table. So the syntax is insert into, and then the name of the table, and then values and the data that you want to insert. So remember that we have 3 columns. We have department number, which is 1, and the name is HR, and then it's located in Nairobi. As you can see, the data is between apostrophes. You need to have your data in between apostrophes or quotation marks, and separated using a comma. Okay, now if I run this, I will have a record inserted into the department table. Follow the syntax and insert at least 4 records. So when you have all the data into the table, if you want to view the data, you use select followed by an asterisk, and then from the name of the table that you want to view data. So I want to view for staff. When I run, I can see I have all the data that I input. If I want to see for department, I'll just change the name, and I have the data for department. So there is another way of inputting data other than typing it. You can import data from a text file. I've made a short video on that. Just check it. It's on the channel. Now, we have been able to create a database. We have been able to use it to select it. We have created two tables. We have input data. We have been able to view the data that we have. So what else can we do on SQL? I will add a column in the department table, and to do so I will use alter and then specify a table and the name of the table, which is department. And then I want to add, you use add column and the name of the column followed by the data type. All right, so if I run this, you see that the column has been added successfully. We can check this using our select statement, and we can see we have an extra column and it does not have data. So if you want to input data into the column, mine is no employees, that is number of employees. You do this using the command update. So update the name of the table and then set the column that you want to input data. So mine was no number of employees, and I want the first record to have 50 employees where the department name is HR. So I've specified that I want only this record to be updated where the name is HR. So it will not update IT, sales, or finance. Let's see how that will work. So when I run this, I see that it has been updated. So let us check. We see now that the number of employees in the HR department is 50. So you can input the rest using the syntax. So I've been able to update the table department by adding the data about the number of employees in the departments. Next command is rename. It is under alter. So the syntax is alter table and then the name of the table, staff, and then rename to the name that you want to give. So mine I will give worker. When we check the tables, we see that the table name has changed from staff to worker. All right. While working with data, you might want to delete a record from a table. You do so using delete from the table name, and then if it's a specific record, you use where, and then you use maybe a column name. I'm going to use staff now number is equals to, and then I need to be specific that I want the record, that the first record, to be deleted. Okay, so when I run that, I see it has done that successfully, and when I view the table, I can see that we don't have the first record. So if you need to delete all, if you need to clear all the records, you can use truncate, and then table and the name of the table that you want to. So if I want to clean all the rows, I'll just run that, and when I check my table, I see that all the records that I had are gone. Truncate cleans the rows, but it does not delete the columns. Now, if we want to delete a table, we use drop table and the table name. So I want to drop this worker. table, and when I run, it is done so successfully. Now if I check the tables, I should have one table. See, we have department only since we have dropped the table. You can also drop a database using drop database and then the database name. Those are some of the basic SQL statements every beginner needs to be familiar with. See you on the next episodes, and thank you so much for tuning in. Click the subscription button so that we can grow together.